Okay, so when I first, I want to ask you guys a couple questions and make it a little interactive. What if how many people are looking for their dream job? Just raise your hand. Not a lot of people. No, how many people for real, right? How many people like absolutely wake up in the morning and love their jobs? Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so what? Awesome. How many people want to make the big bucks? Come on! You want to make the big bucks, some moolah, you know, so you can spend more money at the bar, at the open mic. How many people are looking for love? Yeah. I know we've been asked this many times already today, so I won't go too much into that. Oh, awesome. So basically, what if I told you that I had the answer to all of your problems and all of your questions for those three things? How much money would you pay me to give you that answer?
A lot. A lot.
A lot? Give me a number.
$1 million billion.
$1 million billion? That's awesome. So I should just tell you guys right now, and then you guys can hire me later on to tell you the rest of the juicy stuff. So basically, what I've come to realize is when I first heard this conference name, Dare to Be You, I was like, wow, that sounds pretty interesting. Like, it sounds very like, ooh, dare to be you. Like, it was very catchy, right? And I loved it right away when I heard it. And I'm a marketing major, so of course, like, that caught my eye. But I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, what does dare to be you really mean? Like, how can I dare to be myself? And as I thought about it more, I realized that it kind of is like, be yourself. You know that like annoying thing that your best friend tells you when you're like about to go on a date, like you just need to be yourself, you'll be fine. And you're like, shut up. Or when you're about to go on an interview, like you just need to be yourself. Or even when I was going on stage, like you just need to be yourself. I was like, I know, that's what I'm talking about. So it's interesting because I feel like we take this phrase, this cliche, for granted. But actually, this is the answer to all of your questions and dreams. I feel like the more money we're trying to make, the more we're trying to find our love. We're always trying to be someone else. We're like, well, what do I need to do? Do I need to curl my hair to look pretty on stage? Will he like me if I do this? Or how about I wear this suit so I can look extra professional at work and get that job interview? But oftentimes, I feel like the more we do this, we lose ourselves. And when we lose ourselves, we're less likely to attract the things that we want, because we don't come off as genuine. And what do people like? They like real people. Have you noticed when you go into a room and someone is just so real, and you're like, wow, like I really want to be friends with this person. I know they'll tell me the truth when this looks bad or that looks bad or I'm being ridiculous. Like, you guys all have a friend like that, right? Who you can count on? Be like, girl, you can't be doing that anymore. Right? You know what I mean? So I feel like the more we are ourselves, the more we are just real with who we are and we're comfortable in our own skin, the more we attract everything we want. I felt like the more I started being myself and telling people who I am and what I like, I started attracting in people who reflected who I was. I started getting more friends who were into things that I was, into the same things that I was in. And I just got my dream job about 2 weeks ago by doing this. Yep. Also been meeting amazing men ever since I started telling everyone who I really was rather than trying to be someone else. And yeah, so what I was going to say was, I was going to give you guys 3 ways that you can be yourself. Because people are like, well, how do I be myself? Like, I am myself, right? This is my body, these are my clothes, this is my voice. Like, how am I supposed to be myself? People say that so much, but they don't really say what it means. And so, I realize the reason why people say to be yourself is because we're so damn uptight. What happens is, for example, someone gives you a look, like even in an event like this, right? Someone will look at you, and you're like, man, that man is mean mugging me. He doesn't like me. And you're like, well, man was just squinting because it's dark in here, trying to see if he met you earlier in the session. Or like, you know, homegirl doesn't text you back in the proper amount of time that society says, and you're like, she's using me for my money. She just wants me because I'm tall. You know what I'm talking about? Like we jump to these conclusions and then we get all stressed out, and it just does not help at all. So what I'm trying to say is, when we end up getting, well, actually, let me finish that point. with homegirl who didn't text you back, it's very possible that she went to yoga class last night, put her phone on silent, and forgot to unsilence it when she got home, so she didn't see it until the next morning. And so you see how we can misconstrue things that happen and just can get so stressed and anxious and worried and guilty? Do you guys see that? Yes. Yeah. So my first way to be yourself is to chill the F out. No one actually is so bothered what you're doing. Oftentimes we get so worried about what people think about us when they're really more worried about what you think about them. And number two is to do what feels right to you. Not like your mom, your brother, your sister, your friend's mom. And last but not least, own yourself. Own your habits, own your beliefs, own your actions. Have you seen, even let's say in a dating scene or even at work, people, when they really own who they are, you just want to be around them. You're like, oh wow, that person's so cool, I want to hang out with them more. Because you know they're not trying to put up a front or anything like that. I feel like that's so attractive, not even just in a dating sense, but even at work. You're like, my boss tells it like it is and I really respect him for that. You know what I mean? So those are my 3 ways that you can be yourself and you can get fast-tracked to finding all those things that you want in your life. So I dare you guys all to start being yourself in this new way that I just told you, rather than how your friend just throw it at you. And in terms of being myself, I've always loved this kind of thing, teaching people stuff that I learned in my own life. So I started this inspirational platform a year ago called ilivewithjoy.com. So if you guys are interested, sign up. I send out inspirational newsletters every week. It's a lot of fun, and I always talk about stories like this and ways you can excel in your own personal lives. So if you're at this conference, I'm sure you're looking for something. So thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you. Thank you for stealing everything I was going to say tonight, Aditi. I'm screwed now. I have to make everything up.